Once you've completed research, the next step is to manage the sites that you've created. That is performed through the Website tab. And the first option, Manage Websites. You'll see here a list of every site that you've created, along with the accounts associated with, and also links to the content of the site as well as the settings. And you'll also see the keyword or your niche keyword that you created the site from, and also the date that it was created. Now, as you can see, I have a few sites here. I'm just going to pick one of my favorites, a Star Wars site that I created, vintage Star Wars action figures.info, a very niche but a very successful one. As you can see here, we have the Amazon account, the Google account, and the Google Analytics account associated with that. All of those are controlled via the settings option for that website. Once you've clicked the settings option, you'll see various details on the site, from the domain name, your main keyword, the title of the site, as well as a catchphrase. As well as the site details, you can also change the color simply by selecting the little rainbow key, and we can choose various different colors to suit our site template. We can also choose a secondary color, which is used for our links. Once we've chosen our styles for our template, we can also choose the external accounts which we'll be using to monetize and track. From Amazon to Google AdSense to Google Analytics. Once we've selected all our settings for the site, we can save those details and then actually manage the content. Again, the content you manage via the content option, which is listed next to the domain. If you haven't edited this site before, you'll be requested to unlock it using one of your existing website credits. If you don't have a available website credit, you can always get some more here by using this option. But I have 40 credits available, so I'm going to use one of those credits to unlock the site. Once the site is unlocked, we can see a list of all the pages that are available on the site. What we also see, as well as the page name, we also see which pages actually default as the home page. So when we visit the domain, which page are we going to see first, as well as the menu options. By simply editing it, again we see the title and the keywords of the page. More importantly, from an SEO perspective, we can also edit the metadata. So this is the data the search engines really like to understand what the site is about. This should also be auto-completed based on the keyword, but you can obviously add additional description or keywords when required. The next section we see is page settings, which allows you to set the page active, whether the page is the home page, and also whether it appears on the menu. There are two menu options, no follow and follow. A no follow essentially means that search engine crawl robots will not follow that link, so therefore that page will not be indexed. If you would prefer the page to be indexed, then we choose follow, as we have done in this case. As you can see here, this is the content of the site, where I've entered images and also monetization and the main content. I can save that. It's using the save changes. In addition to editing existing pages, I can also create new pages from the Things to Do menu using the Create Pages option. Here we have a page suggestion finder. So, for example, in this case, using the keyword Star Wars, I can find other suggestions for pages to create. And again, here we can see page suggestion names along with the competition, the average SERPs, and the KEI, Keyword Effective Index. Again, obviously this was all covered in Module 2 of the education. So I'm going to choose this Star Wars merchandise and Star Wars lightsabers and Star Wars pictures. As you can see, as we click those, they get added to our Create Pages list. So we can add as many here as we think is necessary. And then we can click the Create Pages option, and that will go away and add those to the site. Here we can see the new pages are added, and by default they're not linked to the menu. Again, we can edit the content of that page, and here we see the title and the keywords all completed. And here we see a really neat option within Snipr, the ability to find articles based on our page keyword. And here we see a list of articles we can use as inspiration for our own content. Simply clicking on one of these articles will then populate the page with content, which will then allow us to edit this. Obviously, as we've talked about, at least 50% needs to be changed for it to be considered a unique article. Starting with an article is a lot easier than writing one from scratch, which is why we pull this data in. And then to monetize the article we've created, we simply click the dollar sign here in the editor, and we have the option of the various different ad set sizes as well as Amazon. So here I'm going to put in a large rectangle. Additionally, I'm going to add the Amazon carousel. Now what we don't actually see, and we don't actually see the image of the monetization here, we just see this tag. When we view this page live, in place of these holders, we will see the actual adverts. So we can simply save that page and we'll be taken back to our list of pages for that site. And finally, we can, from the things to do, we can also view the site live. And here we see the color of the template we've chosen, as well as here is our additional page that we've just added. And we can click that, and here we see the content we've added, as well as the Google adverts and the Amazon carousel, all simply pasted in by a click of a button. So that's it for websites today. There are a few more options within here, but basically today we've covered the basics of creating a page, adding content, and adding monetization to the site, as well as editing the settings of the website, such as linking in external accounts as Google and Amazon.